April 4th, 1943. 9 American airmen took off on their first combat mission. They never returned. 16 years later, oil workers stumbled upon their bomber 500 miles deep in the Sahara. The engines, still working. The guns, still loaded. The crew, gone. But what they left behind would reveal one of World War II's most haunting mysteries. March 1943. Operation Corkscrew. The Allies were pushing into North Africa, and every mission counted. The Lady Be Good, a B-24 Liberator, was assigned to bomb the Italian-held harbor of Naples. It was the crew's first combat run. 25 bombers took off that night from Soluch airfield in Libya. But sandstorms forced most to turn back. The Lady Be Good kept going. At 0:30 a.m., April 5th, they radioed. "We are lost, running low on fuel." Then, silence. For 16 years, the military assumed they'd crashed into the Mediterranean. The crew was declared dead. Case closed. But in 1959, a British oil survey team was flying over one of the most desolate regions on Earth, the Libyan desert, when their pilot saw something impossible. What they found defied all logic. The Lady Be Good sat upright in the sand 440 miles inland. Its landing gear was up. No signs of fire. No explosion. The radio still transmitted when they powered it. Machine guns fully loaded. Parachutes untouched. It was as if the crew had simply vanished mid-flight. But here's where it gets darker. Search teams began scouring the desert, and 80 miles north of the plane, they found them. 5 bodies, scattered across the dunes, and with them, a diary. The entries were calm at first. Tuesday, made 30 miles today, very weak, no water. Then desperate. Wednesday, still walking. Joe can't make it. The final entry, barely legible. Sunday, no help, yet. Investigators pieced it together. The crew had bailed out in the dark, thinking they were over the Mediterranean. Instead, they landed deep in the Sahara. They walked for 8 days. Some covered nearly 100 miles farther than any human should survive without water in 120-degree heat. But here's the mystery. They walked away from safety, north, deeper into the desert. If they'd gone south, just 20 miles, they would have reached their own airfield. Why? How did trained navigators get it so wrong? And why was the plane found in near-perfect condition, as if it had gently glided to Earth on its own? The official conclusion: the crew overshot their base in the dark, running on fumes. When fuel ran out, they bailed. Disoriented, exhausted, they walked toward what they thought was the coast. But questions remain. Why didn't they see the flares fired from base? Why did the plane land so gently? And how did men with no water survive a week in one of Earth's harshest deserts? The Lady Be Good now rests in pieces, some in museums, some still lost in the sand. But the story of those 9 men endures, a reminder that even in war, nature is the cruelest enemy. Their names: William Hatton, Robert Toner, Harold Ripslinger, John Warovka, Guy Shelley, Vernon Moore, Samuel Adams, Robert Lamotte, and Rip Hayes. They were 22 years old, and they walked into history. What do you think really happened that night? Drop your theory below. And if you want more mysteries buried in history, hit subscribe. You won't believe what we uncover next.